Hello everyone, and welcome back to more fabulous diving adventures with yours truly, Yano Sauce. For this dive, we're heading a little north to a town called Kankakee, Illinois. I think I'm saying that correctly. It is a town just south of Chicago, maybe about an hour south of Chicago. They have a flooded quarry there called Haigh Quarry. And it's very similar to Mermet. You know, it's your standard quarry stuff. Murky water, cold water, various objects of interest sunk for you to explore. One thing about Haigh, they have no ropes attaching things, or very few ropes. There's a few in there, but it's mostly compass headings. So if you're looking for some navigation, this is the place to do it. You really need to plan your dive ahead of time. Take a look at what you want to see and write down, if you have a slate, the headings to the various things from where you are and where you're going, and the reverse headings on the way back. But yeah, it was. I don't go there very often, but it's a little further away than my usual spot. But it's good to try, switch it up a little bit. And plus, Cousin Tim and Cousin Michelle were in town. They recently moved to a place where, just in case they don't want me saying, I'm not going to, but it's far away from diving. So they were thrilled to be back in town and coming to Haigh to dive. So it was good to meet up with them. Unfortunately, the weather did not cooperate. It was thunderstorming all morning. We actually got in the water for our first dive, and here comes the lightning. So we had to get out of the water and waited for hours before it to finally clear up. It was really thunderstorming, pouring down rain, lightning all morning. So we got there, geared up, and just kind of sat around for a long time. This was a dry suit dive. Even in July, it's very cold in Haigh. It gets colder than Mermet for sure. I think they have a place called the Hole, Deep Hole, I think, and I've never gone down. The plan was to go down this, so it was a dry suit dive for me and for Cousin Tim. Cousin Michelle opted to stick with a wetsuit, but we were going to go into this hole, which goes down, I don't know, 100 feet maybe. I'd have to look on the map or look on their website or something. And it's supposed to be about 40 degrees down there, and that is chilly. That is some chilly water. But we ended up not doing that. I think we just kind of ran out of time, maybe. By the time we finally got in the water, we only had time for one dive. So that brings me to the next point. So this dive is a little odd in the sense that we actually did two dives on one tank. And I'm going to mash the two dives together, treat it like one dive. I'm going to show you both dive profiles here. In fact, here's the first one. You can see dive time 25 minutes, max depth 32 feet. And then here's the second one. This was on the same tank. And if I pulled up the pressure, you'd see that, but just take my word for it. Yeah, so we came up after the first dive. We all had about 1,700 left. Or I did. I guess I don't know what they had. And we were like, let's just go back down and make two dives out of it. So that's what we did. Two dives, one video, coming at you. All right. As has been my preference lately, I like to show you guys where we went on the dive site map, at least best as I can remember. So this is a map of Haigh. It's a pretty bad map. I mean, it's what is it with dive sites who are putting up crappy quality maps on their website? Come on now, we need to fix that. This is the best resolution I could find. This needs to be PDF, way bigger than this. I should be able to zoom in on this thing, really see some things. Anyway, this is the best I could find. So it is what it is. It's a big quarry. It's much bigger than Mermet. I'd say Mermet is probably about half of this. Like maybe this is the size of Mermet. But we started over here. This is probably the best place to, parking lot's over here. And if you get there early enough, you got to grab a picnic table. So they don't have, the facilities are not as good as Mermet, in my opinion. Mermet's got really nice tables, places to prep your gear. Haigh only has picnic tables, so you kind of got to make do with the picnic tables. And it's best if you get there early and kind of snag a picnic table because it does get crowded. And yeah, I think I was there once and we were really running low on space. But anyway, that happens around here. This is the picnic table area. This thickness is just not going to do it for me. Is this really is? There we go. This is the picnic table area. So we geared up here and walk over to this dock. The dock is very nice, I will say that. Yeah, it's a metal structure. It's got a roof on it. This is actually where we rode out the storm all morning. And maybe not the smartest thing with the metal and the lightning, but everybody survived. But we come in here, you jump in the water here. So actually, for our first dive, we were swimming out to the Lark, I think, or maybe the truck. We actually did do a descent. So we would swim out here. I think it was, let's just say it was this one. I don't remember going that far. It might have been the Lark. We dropped down. Cousin Michelle indicated she had a problem breathing. So we popped back up. And that was probably good because right around that time is where the lightning started coming in from this direction. We saw the lightning, got a little scared, and hightailed it back to the dock. And that's where we sat for the next 2 or 3 hours at least. And Cousin Michelle fiddled with her gear, found out that some knob on her regulator was turned the wrong way or something, and that was the explanation for the breathing problem. But when we finally got back into the water, let me see here. So I think we came in here. Oh yeah, the first dive, we just dropped in over here. And we didn't do any objects. We just followed the wall. So I think we dropped down about 30 feet. Followed the wall all the way around here through varying levels of visibility. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it was bad. This is actually another dock. We went under that. I think we kind of got here. We probably got around here and then popped up. I don't remember why we popped up actually because, I mean, nobody was running low on air. But we popped up, kind of looked at each other and decided, hey, we've all got enough air for another dive, so let's do it. So I think we went to the truck. We surface swam to here. They got a truck labeled here, but I don't think we went all the way over there. Maybe we did, actually. This is the problem with waiting too long. I try to show you where we went, and I don't even know myself. So, no, it couldn't have been here. Couldn't have been here. Undo that, because yeah, we were going to do a compass heading back to somewhere. I thought it was the fire truck we dropped down. Is this a fire truck? I'd have to go to their website. So on the website, you can hover over this stuff, and it tells you what it is. So that's kind of cool, I guess. A little interactive map, but obviously this is just a screenshot of that, so that's not going to work. I know we dropped down on a fire truck, so if that's this truck or that truck, I don't know. I thought it was further out because we took a compass heading back to the shore. So all right, I think we surface swam all the way out here, dropped down on the truck. It was freaking cold. We didn't stay there long. Even in the dry suits, and Cousin Michelle's in the wetsuit. I was actually not wearing any thermal protection under the dry suit, which is probably always a bad idea. I thought it was going to be 100 degrees outside, and I just didn't want to bake in that heat on the surface, which is why I decided not to bring it. But weather can change quick because we turned out to be storming, and I don't think it got above 80 all day, so I do wish I had the thermal with me now, but we dropped down. It didn't stay long, as you can see on the that second profile. And then we took a compass heading somewhere, probably this direction, until we ran into a wall. And as I recall, Cousin Tim was booking it. Man, I could barely keep up with him. He was really swimming fast. We got back to the wall, and kind of hung out on the safety stop for about 5 minutes just to make it 20 minutes so we could count it as a second dive. The rule of thumb is dives are supposed to be at least 20 minutes long, so first one was 25 minutes. I think we were done with the second one after 18 minutes. And Cousin Tim noticed that and wrote on a slate, hey, let's wait a few extra minutes just to turn this into another dive. So we fudged it a little bit, but that's what happened. So 2 dives, 1 tank. Let's see what we saw. All right. Here we are in the water. I did not turn my camera on the surface. Yeah, so we dropped down to the left of the dock. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be very exciting footage. It was murky. There's Cousin Tim. He had a dry suit on too. Yeah, we'll see. I remember pockets of pretty good visibility, but most of the time it was kind of what you're seeing now. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the dry suit. I don't do it enough to really be good at it. It is a whole different beast compared to a wetsuit. At this point, I'm almost at 100 career dives, 98 actually. 2 more. I'll reach that century mark. The unwritten rule is you're supposed to do your 100th dive in the nude. I don't think that's going to happen. Nobody wants to see that, and it'd be too cold anyway. So, yeah, I'm probably going to hit that century mark. The plan is to do it in Arkansas. So I'm signed up right now to go to Arkansas in mid-September for a trash pickup. It's an event that the marina down there does on Norfolk Lake. I looked it up. It's a folk, F-O-L-K, not fork. And yeah, they have a day, all day, I think, where they give you free air fills and free boat gas, or discounted boat gas, maybe. And yeah, they give you trash bags, and you go out there and you just go dive where you want and pick up trash and come back, get free air, and probably go as long as you want. Just sign me up for that. The downside to that is, I guess, I mentioned in the email that cold wouldn't be an issue, and I guess most of the trash is going to be kind of shallow. I don't know. I'm going to bring my thick wetsuit just in case. And, you know, I've found trash at depth before, certainly. Those lakes get deep. They're dammed up, they're man-made. There's a Norfolk, Folk, and Bull Shoals down there. I think they're like sister lakes. There might even be a third one, but yeah, they were created in the 50s, I believe, by the Army Corps of Engineers. I think. I'm trying to recount things that were told to me years ago. Yeah, I mean, at the dam, they generate power. And at the dam, I think, you know, it can build up 300, 400 feet almost. So obviously we're not going that deep, but there's plenty of depth to be had if you want it. That's the point I'm trying to make. And the water level changes all throughout the year. Yeah, it's up, down by, like, you know, dozens of feet. Probably depending on how much rain and how much water they're letting through and all those things. So I have no idea where it is now. We'll find those things out when we get there. But that's in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. And we'll talk about it then. You know the GoPro's going. I'll show you guys everything. Show you everything. But what's going on here? I've seen a couple of fish, not a whole lot to comment on. There's that green murk. That's quarry murk. Yeah, I think I was in front here, actually, which that's usually a mistake, but darn it, I can follow a wall, you know. That's not that big of a deal. I can follow a wall. Yeah, it's a pain looking back. I'm bad as a buddy. I kind of like I just unconsciously or subconsciously kind of orient myself beside and behind my buddy. And that's good for me because I can see my buddy without really having to try. Even in a mask, if you're side by side with somebody, you really can't see them because the mask cuts off your peripheral. It's like looking through toilet paper tubes, essentially. If anybody ever invents a mask that gives you peripheral vision, it would be a game changer. I think there was one. I googled this. And I found one, but I think it got discontinued, so it probably didn't really work. And I've never seen anybody that has one. That's cool. Leaf just floating there. So, for all intents and purposes, they probably don't exist. But I wish they did. Yeah, forget the mask. What somebody needs to invent is some kind of like contact or something that just puts a teeny little pocket of air in between the contact lens and your eyeball so your eye can focus. I don't know, that'd still get compressed, so yeah, I think your eyes need air to focus. I mean, you open your eyes up underwater and it's all blurry. Which is a bummer, It'd be really cool if we didn't need to wear a mask, but that's just not how our physiology works. Yeah, just cruising the wall. I was talking about the dry suit. I only do a dry suit. Well, I try to do at least one dry suit dive a year. My dive club kind of organizes that. We usually go in March, where it's still pretty cold, but not excruciatingly painful, hopefully. The water's still pretty chilly, but you can get some decent weather in March. Like this year, I think it might have been in the 50s or 60s when we went, which is not bad. But Mermet is open all year round. You can go diving. They got pictures in their main lobby there of people diving in snow. So it's yeah, they're open all the time. But yeah, it's pretty miserable diving when it's that cold. It's not so much it is the water. It's the water around the surface. Just even setting up your dive gear, your hands are already freezing by the time you're done. At least mine are usually. I got dry suit certified in February, and it was, even on the surface, it was miserable. Because you're setting up your gear, your hands are getting cold. They're going numb, you're losing dexterity. And then you get in the water where it's like even worse, and it's just, you can't do anything. They got heaters in Mermet, and yeah, I went and sat there in front of the heater just trying to get warm. They got a heater in the changing room. I remember going in there and just baking my hands. You don't want to get too close, or you try to heat up too fast, and you get a real weird feeling. Yeah, you gotta want it. Diving in the cold, you really gotta want it. But because of that, I don't wear a dry suit very often, and so I'm not very good at it. Dry suit totally changes your buoyancy. It's a different feel because dry suit keeps the water out. You got, at least the one I wear, you've got wrist seals and you got neck seal. So your head and your hands still get wet, but everything else is dry. It's kind of a onesie, so your feet go in it, and they stay dry. And as you go down, it's an airspace, right? So you go down, and that starts to compress, and you feel it, like your suit starts squeezing around you. And there's a valve on or a button on your chest that you connect to a low pressure port on your regulator. It's basically the same hose that connects to a BCD. It's the same. I think it's even the same interface. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same pressure. And you just push this button to put air in your suit. And that's cool, and that'll relieve the squeeze, kind of, because, the air floats, so it goes to the top of wherever you're oriented, and the parts that are at the bottom are still getting squeezed. And just putting that air will you know, it'll mess with your buoyancy, obviously. In fact, in the class, when you're getting certified, I believe the book tells you. I'm trying to remember what Patty's official stance is on this. I think it was use the dry suit for buoyancy. Don't even touch your BCD. I think is what the book said. But my instructor at the time, when I was getting certified, said that's a bunch of baloney. She used her BCD, you know, for buoyancy. So it's used whatever you're comfortable with, kind of. And I'm more comfortable using the BCD because that's what you use when you're not wearing a dry suit. But I think this dive I was actually kind of using the suit more than the BCD. So I don't know. You know, it's a balance. You gotta find a balance. You know, add air to your BCD or your dry suit. You know, you still gotta get your buoyancy right. So, but I'm just not good at it. Like by my almost 100th dive now, I've gotten pretty good in the wetsuit. I think pretty familiar with my equipment. Pretty good on my trim, with the weights, how much I need to wear, with the wetsuit, all that. And a dry suit is still kind of largely unknown to me. So all those things are not as good in a dry suit. So if I just did it more, I would, you know, I'd get better at it, but not sure what Cuzzo Tim is trying to tell me there. We kind of got an inside joke that me and Cousin Tim and his kid, we got these hand signals, and we're very good at interpreting each other's hand signals, and Cousin Michelle never has any idea what we're talking about with hand signals. The truth is, I probably don't know what Cousin Tim is trying to say half the time, but I pretend like I do for the joke. You know? But yeah, I don't know. You probably already saw the cool stuff. I'm seeing more fish on camera than I remember seeing live, so that's a plus. Hold on, here comes some booms. I'm about to damn it, I need to see where I'm at here on the. Oh geez, we got a lot of footage left. Just kind of hoping we're about to wrap it up. What am I looking at here? Oh yeah, that was an underwater statue of... It's supposed to be Mary, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that was Cousin Michelle pointed that out to me. That was probably the coolest thing we saw all day. Oh yeah, I forgot sponsorship. This video is sponsored by nobody. I didn't feel like making something up. I just wanted to do this. It's hard coming up with those fake sponsorships, you know. I write out a script, got something I read every time. You know, it can take a while, unless I don't have an idea. I got a few ideas cooking in there for the next ones, but I don't know. I think it's fun. It's something fun to do, but right now I didn't feel like spending an extra 30-45 minutes coming up with that, so this video is unsponsored. If you would like to sponsor, please, you know, send me a message. Have your people get in touch with my people. We can work something out. Uh-oh. It sounds my phone. I'm getting some text messages over there. Maybe I should just read them. Might be more interesting than what we're looking at here. Want me to read my text messages out loud? What do we got here? No. Not gonna read that. It's not bad, just if you take it totally out of context and... Alright. Back to the dive. Did you guys see the rocks? Hold on. Alright, this is the safety stop on the first dive. Looks like we're safety stopping right now. So I don't know why we decided to come up at this point. Maybe we just... I don't remember. Maybe we wanted to see some things and... Nope. Fish came to say hello. They get curious. They get so curious. Or can get curious. Yeah, there was some. I did take a sneak peek at the last video in the series here, and while we were doing the second safety stop, we were getting swarmed by some fish. Fish always look so unhappy. It just looks like they're frowning all the time. It's a funny look. No, so I got in touch, a friend of mine got in touch with me, said that she lives on the lake and some of her patio furniture blew into the lake from off her dock during a storm. And they've got like a double-decker deck, and, you know, people jump off the top deck. And she's all worried that, you know, she doesn't know where this furniture is. She's worried, you know, someone's going to jump in there and smack it. Yeah, so I might be going on a search and recovery for some patio furniture. It's very shallow but murky water. I can't imagine it being that deep, you know, it's just off a dock. But that'll be fun, I think. I'll probably just go by myself. I'm not going to worry about snagging a buddy. It's not going to be deep, so we shouldn't have much trouble. You know, if I got a problem, I'll just pop up. I might do that around Christmas time frame. So we'll see. We'll see if it works out or not. Alright, looks like Cousin Tim there just said, let's go up. I guess everybody's cleared out. He's pointing to his left shoulder there, probably telling me to vent some air. Yes, the dry suits, they're kind of weird. They, you know, they don't let you expel air. No, that's a lie. Actually, I just learned this. I don't think they taught us this during the class, or I missed it. I probably missed it. So the only valve on the dry suit, purge valve, is on your left shoulder. So that's the only place where air can escape from. And hold on, let me see if there's any surface talking here. Oh, it was getting cloudy in there. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. That's bad picture. Yeah, that's. All right. Oh, almost forgot the reggie there. Yeah, so we surface swam from where we just came up at to this ball. Which, oh man, I thought this was a fire truck. I'm gonna have to look at a map. I guess I could do that right now. Sorry, here comes some thumps. I think I'm over there. Lark, no. Flamingo, no. Fire truck, yes. Alright, so if you go back to the site map, we drop down on the fire truck, which is the bottom right. The two dive flags on the bottom right, it's the top one. That's the fire truck. 1962 fire truck, in fact. Yeah, so I steered you wrong in the dive plan in the front. We didn't swim all the way out to the truck. We went to the fire truck, which is a lot closer. Sorry about that. But yeah, you saw how crummy that picture, or how cloudy that picture was on the surface. That was because during the thunderstorm, I opened up the waterproof case, and some water inevitably got in there. And yeah, and it started to fog up because of that. So, not inside the GoPro, nothing wrong with the GoPro. That was between the GoPro lens, between the GoPro and the GoPro housing is where the fog happens. So these videos are more cloudy than normal. That is why. And yeah, we're starting to freeze here. We did not stay at the fire truck long at all. It was pretty chilly down there, especially with me not wearing a thermal garment. Here it is. That's the top of the fire truck. I don't think we knew at the time exactly what this was. I think we guessed it was the fire truck, but well, Cousin Michelle had a map, so we should have known. Maybe they did know, and I was the one who was out of the loop on that. But I did not know this was the fire truck yet. I was like, okay, what am I looking at? And then, like, I wanted to see it. Everybody was freezing right now. So the plan was to drop down in this truck, take a quick look at it, go back up to some warmer water, and then take a compass heading back to shore. And we dropped down, and I didn't see them moving. I thought we were waiting on something, or I didn't know what was going on. They were just hovering there, so I finally said, F it, you know what? I'm going to swim around this sucker, take a look at it. That's what we're here for, right? And boom, then I saw the hose coils here, and yep, that's when I knew it was the fire truck. 1962. I guess that's how things worked. Got some 1962 lights on the hood there, or on the canopy. And I said, all right, I seen the truck. I looked back, I didn't see them. I thought, oh boy. Lost them already. This is trouble. I check my watch a lot when I'm down there. I don't really realize that until I'm watching these videos. Ah, there's Cousin Tim. All right. Saved. Found. And it's the next leg of this video. How much time we got? We got 2, 4... We got about 7 or 8 minutes left. Oh, crap. I got a 2-second video put in here. I should have deleted that ahead of time. That was probably an instance where I turned my camera off and thought it was on or something. Yeah, and here's Cousin Tim hauling ass on his compass setting. I remember kicking him about as damn hard as I could to keep up with him here. Yeah, you get zoned in when you're on that compass. It sounds stupid, like, oh, big deal, you're just reading a compass, but you find yourself really tuning out the world. It's very easy to lose track of your depth, lose track of your air, lose track of your buddy. And yeah, I think Tim got a little tunnel vision here. He turned around there. But yeah, he was hauling ass. I don't know why he was going so fast. It doesn't look like he was moving that fast, just from the way he's kicking. But I remember struggling to keep up. And Cousin Michelle's behind me. I think we were both struggling to keep up. Yeah, I don't even remember what heading we were on. But it was shore-bound heading. Yeah, I hit the wall. Okay. Well, that really didn't look that bad in the video. Maybe some of the harder parts were not on camera. But this is where, yeah, we were probably 15 minutes into this dive, I think. And we just followed the wall back to the dock. That was the plan. And, we did hit that, because the dock suspends a bar at 15 feet. Go to the wall, swim around the wall. That's what that means. I don't know what that means. Oh, he's doing his hand over his head. That means go under the dock. That's what he's saying. So he was saying swim along the wall until we go under the dock. That's what he was saying. Alright. You gotta think hard sometimes. But yeah, so we did that. So we hit the wall, and now we're heading back to the dock, and we know we hit it. Well, you can kind of see it. I think it got darker, even in the clouds. It still gets a little darker, I think, under the dock. And if you're at the right depth, they suspend, like I said, a bar at 15 feet, so you can grab it for your safety stop if you want. But it's just a good visual reference of where 15 feet is, also. So you don't really have to keep checking your computer to make sure you're at the right depth. Yep, there's a fishy. Yeah, this is murky water compounded with cloudy lens case. Yeah, this video is not good quality. I'd forgotten about the fog in the housing until we popped to the surface there, and I started looking around. I have, over the years, my GoPro has gotten a little water inside of it. You know, when you're changing batteries on a boat with dripping gear and wet hands, and it's just, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Here's a 2-second video. Alright, in the home stretch, only got about 3 minutes left. Yeah, this is, I remember the fish being interested here. They're just fearless. You're so much bigger than them. They don't care. I think they know that they can swim a lot better than I can. At least they should know that by now. Yeah, so here's the bar. This is the bar at 15 feet. It's actually sturdy. Yeah, you can grab it. You can see us. We're all kind of grabbing it there, but shouldn't need to. You should be able to maintain buoyancy without having to hold on to something. It's just good to take a break, turn your brain off for a second. It's kind of veg out. What is happening there? I'm not sure why, because Michelle's taking the map out. I do not know what she's pointing at. I mean, that's kind of the location of the fire truck. That's where we dropped down. I don't know why she's pointing at that now. I don't remember this at all. But, yeah, that's the fire truck. That's where we dropped down. Why is she telling me that? I don't remember. Cousin Michelle, if you're watching this, you can clarify in the comments there. I don't know what you were doing. Here's some fish. Like that kind of fish, so we got a frown on its face. Very sad fishes. They're probably just coming over, wondering if they can eat me. That's what the Penny Royale fishies were doing. And that's where Tim wrote on the slate. Basically says, if we wait 20 minutes, we'll have a second dive. It's like, even now I can't read all that time. But at the time I did capture the spirit of what he was saying. I cannot read his slate, but I saw 20 minutes, and I was like, yeah, okay, I know what you're trying to say. So, that's what we did. That's how you do 2 dives on 1 tank. Alright folks, this video is wrapping up. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Coming up next, we got dives from Arizona. Finally chipping into this backlog. So hopefully I will see you in the desert.